Aries. Aries symbol fears a strong focus on your sector of love, relationships, entertainment, pleasure, dating, and creativity, dear Aries. Mercury and the Sun align in this area of your solar chart today, stirring up some mental excitement and interest, which can be most helpful. A romantic revelation can figure strongly, and observations and conversations occurring at this time are likely to be significant. However, consider that your intuition on the matter hasn't yet kicked in. As well, both Mercury and the Sun oppose Saturn, and you could feel that responsibilities to others are getting in the way of your favorite activities. While remembering your obligations and knowing your limitations can be practical, harping on them won't help. If someone is distant or critical, do your best to power through by reaching a compromise, if possible, or finding the right balance between duty and pleasure. You are maturing through the adjustments you make now. It can be empowering to know where you stand, as plans made are sturdier and ultimately more realizable as a result. Limitations you deal with now can open you up to freedoms later. Taurus. Taurus symbol. This can be a time of meaningful conversations about or with family, dear Taurus, as the Sun and Mercury join forces in your solar fourth house. Or, ideas and thoughts come together, creating a fuller picture of a matter. Living conditions or arrangements can be the focus. You're interested in making improvements and arriving at better decisions. Mental activity is strong today, and you might particularly enjoy making plans, solving problems, and handling details. You're taking pride in your ability to handle personal matters. Significant ideas, news, or conversations can be part of your day, even if you may not yet know their value. Even so, both Mercury and the Sun oppose Saturn, and you could face some obstacles that ultimately help you make better decisions. For now, you may be dealing with the less flattering elements of your work or responsibilities. Feeling the weight of your duties makes unwinding a challenge. When it comes to others' feedback, try to tune out the harmful elements, if any, and focus on constructive ones. There can be quite a pull to follow the rules and achieve your goals and ambitions, but you also crave family and home time. A new, more realistic look at your work-home balance may be necessary. Remind yourself that you gain strength as you humble yourself to certain realities. Taking a second look at personal plans can be useful now. Gemini. Gemini symbol. Although you can be excited about presenting your case, dear Gemini, your intuition hasn't engaged, and it's better to observe and think than it is to lock something down. Learning is quick and easy as Mercury and the Sun align today, and new ideas can be exciting. It's important to watch for hasty decisions or communications, since you may be jumping ahead of yourself and not considering your feelings in the process. Pay particular attention to details, news, and ideas emerging, as they can be significant. In the coming weeks, you'll have new and powerful energy at your disposal for learning and connecting. Also active now, the Sun and Mercury oppose Saturn, serving to reveal flaws or obstacles, mainly related to communication, transportation, and equipment. You may need to deal with a roadblock or reality. If you've let something go or neglected a responsibility or errand, it can now come back to your attention. You might recognize the limits of time or energy for a project. Take this opportunity to make more mature and informed decisions. Aim to downsize or pare down rather than take on more, and look for the lesson from critique or resistance. Try not to take delays too personally. Cancer. Cancer symbol. Money matters and practical affairs are in strong focus, dear Cancer, with the Sun and Mercury coming together in your resources sector. You could be coming to a fuller view of a situation. New insights, ideas, and perspectives can figure strongly now as further details emerge. A financial, ownership, or respect matter can reach a turning point. Even so, Saturn transits can point to blocks or challenges. Ideally, they help you discover essential needs or information about yourself and your relationships. Taking little steps towards realizing a dream will be very satisfying now, even if you need to get past an obstacle before moving forward. Delays occurring now may very well lead to better conditions later, so be willing to exercise patience. Leo. The Sun and Mercury join forces in your sign today, dear Leo, and you come across loud and clear. Do watch for hasty words, as you have a powerful voice and the courage to say your piece. There can be an idea or project that excites and motivates you. You may be privy to details that were missed or hidden in the past. There can be pivotal realizations and epiphanies occurring now, but try not to rush things. You may also find that people are talking about you more than usual. While you're imagining possibilities, both Mercury and the Sun oppose Saturn, pointing to mental tension or blocks. Someone might challenge you, or a delay enters the picture and slows you down. A relationship challenge could emerge or reach a head. You may not have others' full cooperation, but you have the tools to sort things out even without a definite answer from someone. Keep in mind that while critics can be annoying, they may have something to show us. This can be a time for shoring up or taking steps to make you less vulnerable if you've been overlooking or neglecting a matter. Try to focus on what you can control rather than worry about things out of your hands. If circumstances or a particular person seem to be slowing you down today, consider that you may need to take a step back and make corrections. Virgo. The Sun and Mercury align in the sign just behind yours, dear Virgo. There can be a strong urge or need to talk about, analyze, and handle matters related to the past or to tie up loose ends. You could now recognize something you previously missed, or a conversation can bring up new information that rounds out your understanding of a matter. There can be new and exciting developments in your private life or a breakthrough. You're now dealing with ideas and concepts that you may have avoided in the past. Do watch that your curiosity doesn't take you too far. With Mercury and the Sun opposite Saturn as the day advances, problems related to work, health, or routines can weigh you down a little. There may be demands on you, or you're taking yourself too seriously. If you've been doing far more than your share, you might want to take steps to make changes. These transits remind you of your responsibilities or work that requires edits or adjustments. Obligations that you've forgotten about or avoided may need your attention now, perhaps with some consequences if you've let something slide. Libra. You can enjoy exciting ideas through a friend, your connections, or networks today, dear Libra. A frank discussion might catapult you in a new direction. Friends have something important to contribute or say, and the full details of a plan may be born with Mercury and the Sun aligning in your sector of wishes and dreams. Still, both bodies oppose Saturn, and there may be some worries or frustrations to manage. It's a time for cutting back or reminding yourself of limits, being careful not to stifle your creativity in the process. There may be some reason to stop what you're doing and face a challenge or block. Delays or criticism may be irritating, but they can also motivate you to firm up your work or ideas. Aim to take the good things from the experience and discard the rest. Consider what's best for you in the long run. Scorpio. It's best not to jump to communicate too quickly today, dear Scorpio, as your heart may not be in your words or proclamations today with the Sun and Mercury joining forces. However, it's a great time to pour yourself into a project that gets you somewhere or to discover more details on a matter that helps round out your vision. Still, Saturn transits can bring your attention to a delay or letdown. While it can put a bit of a damper on things, the sooner you handle a duty, the sooner you can enjoy the good energy with you for connecting with people and projects you love. It can be a time to correct errors, particularly with your work-home balance. Household or family responsibilities, restructuring, or some personal reservations and fears of exposure or risk can interrupt you now, but efforts to make corrections can be highly beneficial in the long run. You might also ask yourself if you've been practical or self-limiting. You may very well discover that you've wasted too much energy dreading something that ended up much easier than you'd imagined. Sagittarius. Good energy is with you for enjoying a new line of thought or a mental adventure of sorts, dear Sagittarius, with the Sun and Mercury aligning in your spirit sector. An important piece of information can arrive that completes a picture. Keep in mind that while conversations can be interesting and revealing right now, an emotional or sensitive element could be missing. Conversations, news, and thoughts occur now that help you clear up misconceptions, but acting on them should wait until your intuition backs you up. With Saturn also involved, aim to pull out the valuable lessons from slowdowns or blocks and discard the rest. These transits remind you of your responsibilities, paperwork, errands, or studies that need your attention. There may be the need to go back to the drawing board with a project. Refinements and edits can be necessary now. Worries, fears of expansion, and insecurities might also limit your experiences if you arrive at a state of indecision. Ideally, you pull out the motivation to tighten up your work or brush up on your skills. Capricorn. The Sun and Mercury join forces today, dear Capricorn, and you can feel as if you're on a mission to find out the truth of a matter. You're mentally sharp, seeing details you may have missed or that weren't available in the past. A vital conversation or observation may occur now, or more information on a financial matter can come to your attention, rounding out the picture. On the topic of finances, intimacy, or research, there can be some valuable insights. Clearing the air can feel good, and arriving at a decision, even better. However, it's important to avoid pushing too far with a topic or losing the emotion behind an issue today. While the intellect is sharp, your intuition needs a bit more time to kick in. As well, Saturn enters the picture, pointing to possible concerns or tensions. Blockages related to money or business, and perhaps a stronger need for security and safety, can temporarily disrupt the equilibrium or your enjoyment. There may be a disappointment or limitation encountered, or if you've let something go or procrastinated on a matter, this can be a time for facing it. Ideally, it leads to better choices or decisions. Aquarius. The Sun aligns with Mercury in your opposite sign today, dear Aquarius, and there can be a lot to talk or think about. You can experience these energies through a partner or significant friend, as someone may be very intent on your involvement or try to turn you onto an idea or plan. Or, there can be important conversations and clarifications through your interactions. You're learning about which ideas and projects genuinely move you. Mental energy is strong and in the spotlight. You can be doing a lot of processing, sorting, and organizing your thoughts and ideas today, and interactions with someone can help jumpstart important thinking. While this can be positive overall, you may need to check in with your feelings before rushing ahead. As well, both Mercury and the Sun also oppose Saturn, suggesting a block or obstacle to manage. Workarounds to delays today can help you see new ways of doing things and relating with others. It's best to avoid giving unsolicited advice as people can be more sensitive than usual. Keep in mind that limitations encountered now are likely to set you on a path that is better aligned with your values or more beneficial for you. Aim to be patient, both with others and yourself, if things are not going the way you expected. If you feel that you're dealing with everything on your own, strategize on how you might change things around. Pisces. With the Sun and Mercury aligning in your work and services sector today, dear Pisces, you're likely to see a matter more clearly. an idea can come to full bloom, and thoughts about your health, daily affairs, chores, or work can be insightful. Communication issues tend to dominate, temporarily taking a backseat to intuition and emotion, so do be aware of this. Observe, analyze, and take in, but give yourself time to process and digest before taking a new course of action. While certain areas of your life seem to encourage flow and release, blocks or delays can also be part of the picture. Taking a small break from a problem can help you get a new perspective and ease the pressure. There may be tough questions, a reality check, or perhaps some criticism or a delay to deal with, particularly if something was overlooked, neglected, or avoided in the past.